night, washing dishes under the pale moonlight, well, the street light. And I wanted to talk about what does 2025 look like for you. And I wanted to talk about like what does 2025 look like for me as well, because I just ended up listening back to a live stream that I did earlier in the week, um, which was talking about like how Dodash is essentially having a moment of crucifixion on YouTube, and Dash of Faith keeps disappearing or whatever. I think that's his channel name. That he keeps disappearing, and so I'm seeing again that my timeline is being filled with all this hate and all this vitriol. And the sad thing about it is that these creators who are spouting the hate and the vitriol, who are um, jumping on this moment of talking about these two, they are getting thousands of viewers. And the problem isn't that they took the opportunity to talk about that. The problem is people are taking the opportunity to listen. Now, back in 2022, 12, when I lost 40 pounds in 12 weeks, one of the things that I changed was not the food I ate. One of the things that I changed was the mental diet. In other words, the things that I allowed to seep into my brain through my eye gate and my ear gate. So, in other words, I did not read gossip. I did not listen to hate podcasts. I did not um, allow myself to ingest and internalize negative memes and posts and things of that nature. And I think that was as big of a contribution to me losing those 40 pounds in 12 weeks as anything else that I was doing. Yes, I increased my physical activity. Yes, I monitored and modified my dietary intake. Like I watched my calories. I didn't necessarily change what I ate, I changed how I ate, right? So I limited myself to a number of calories. I fit it in, I let it be intentional. And I truly think that the mental diet was just as impactful as the physical and the nutritional diet that I had, changes that I did. So, what I'm saying is this, um, because our bodies, our stomachs, they hold this negative energy, right? If we don't let that out, we start creating stress belly and we start getting headaches or we become irritable or what have you. And there's a lot going in this world right now that is filled with negativity and anxiety and fear. And so sitting there ingesting all these talks about Dodash, all these talks about the other person, listening to all that negativity is not going to improve your life. It's not going to improve your life. I'm going to repeat that for the third time. It is not going to improve your life to sit here and continue watching all this poison that is being put out there in the world about these two people that got propped up, first of all, on a pedestal, which that shouldn't have happened. And then, um, and now being torn down by their own actions or what have you. But the thing is, we cannot be sitting here ingesting this negativity over and over and over and think that's not going to affect us. Y'all, whatever they did, whether it's weaponizing God or trying to cash in on it or whatever it is that the accusations or alleged activities really are, that's not our cross to bear. I'm saying this as your big sister. literally, I'm saying this as your big sister, is change your diet. Change the things that you are allowing into your brain. Change the things that you are letting other people speak into and over your life. Because if you want your 2025 to be anything different than what you have experienced these last few years, or this last year, or whatever your season of loss and wilderness has been, if you want it to be different, you have got to change what you allow to go in through your gates, your eye gate and your ear gate and your mouth gate. Okay? So you really got to start finding love for yourself and love for your future and love for your present, so to speak. Now, and it's I don't know why I'm running out of breath about this. I just feel so passionate about it because I, like I said, just listening to my other live stream where I said I wasn't gonna go down the rabbit hole on this DoorDash and Dash faith thingy. Um, when I listened to that, I talked about how every 2 years I had been impacted by some kind of health scare, but even more than a health scare, a health reality, right? So, just a quick refresher. In 2014, I had appendicitis. In 2016, I had pneumonia. In 2018, I had pulmonary embolisms in my lungs. 2020, I had COVID in February of that year, and for several weeks thereafter. And then in 2022, I had a bowel blockage that um, happened because of me losing weight. One, because my hernia slipped into a pocket, and that had forced my intestines into to getting trapped, and that hurt so bad. Oh my god, that pain! I wanting to say rivaled um, labor. That pain exceeded labor. Like it just grew increasingly, especially because I had initially thought it was gas, so I had did things like drank a soda. I'm not a soda person. So I was drinking things to cause me to burp or something, but instead all it was doing was causing me to bloat and making the trap worse. So I had to go to the emergency room. I had to have emergency surgery. It was craziness, right? But that was 2022. And here we are in 2024, and quick trigger warning, I'm about to talk about unalignment. But in 2024, I was very close, very close, very close to being the source of my own demise. Very close. When I tell you very close, um, I was beyond help. And God just kept sending people. And it was crazy because they didn't know they were being used. He just kept sending people to remind me of my impact on this world. And he just kept sending people. And then he let me know that my kids would not be safe without me. Like they just would not. Um, they wouldn't be safe without me because there would be no one to advocate for their help, for their support. My kids are neurodiverse, and my family doesn't believe in that. But whether you believe it or not, that it exists. And so I, I'm still here. And one day I prayed to God, and I had a shift. And I did a live on that, or I did a video on that too, where I talked about how God asked me if the trees are jealous of the flowers. And I had this understanding that my growth was going to be mostly underground, but on top of that, it was going to be slower than other people's growth, right? I am not the pretty flower. I may think I am a pretty person, but I know that I'm not American Standard Beauty because American Standard Beauty doesn't look like me at all, first of all. And then any assimilation to it would definitely not be me. I would have to have surgeries and wigs and all kinds of things for that to even be a possibility. And as a child, don't think I didn't think about that because I absolutely hated my nose. And I hated it even more when I realized what side of the family it came from. and how that came to be in the first place. And so, what I wanted to say to that then is, I am done. I am done. I am done. I'm repeating that with all kind of emphasis on this because I want you to feel it, but I also want you to own it for yourself if it is your truth. I am done struggling. I am done not showing up. I am done about giving the minimum. I am done about half-assing on my calling. I am done playing games with my life. I am done. I am done. And I sincerely hope you are done as well. Because, y'all, we can get caught up in somebody else's life like people have done, or you can start getting caught up in your own and what it means to the people who still need someone like you to show them that they are special and magical and purposed and, God's child too. We don't have time to sit here and create think pieces about why Dodash is getting what she deserves. We don't have time for that. First of all, you should have had a spirit of discernment anyway, right? Because you should have understood, and I'm shitting on you on this one, okay? You should have understood that it was about the message, not the messenger. It's always about the message and not the messenger. Look at David. David you know, started out, I'm gonna say pure, but he started out pretty good. But when he got that power, he forgot himself. He forgot whose child he was. He forgot what he was supposed to be doing. He forgot that he was supposed to be a leader. He forgot that he was supposed to be a king. He forgot that he was supposed to be one of God's. And he went out and was as man as possible. From getting that woman's husband killed to sleeping with her to all kinds of things. Getting her pregnant, I think, like just messing up. And the Bible is full of stories of people who messed up. And so your job is to start to understand that you are not to be idolizing the messenger. You are supposed to receive the message that is for you at the time it's for you and take it and take action. That's what was supposed to be happening. And so we can't sit here crucifying these people for who they are or what they've done or their shortcomings. You take it and you move on. Like, okay, so this is your cross to bear. This is the thing that you got to go answer to God because unfortunately, I did catch a whiff, so to speak, of what went down with Dodash, and I think that was wrong. Of course, it was wrong to weaponize God against His own people you know, um, because they called you out. I don't understand that. But beyond that is the understanding that you have your own thing to do. So don't sit here getting caught up in these people. Don't sit up and getting caught up in creating videos about other people. You need to be out here doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like right now, I'm creating a video of asking you like how different do you want your 2025 to be? And I know if I want mine to be different, then I've got to be different. I've got to be more of who I was called to be and to be less of who I felt like being. If you could catch the drift of the difference there. Because I didn't always feel good. I told you how close I was to leaving. I didn't always feel good. All I could focus on was everything that I had lost. And y'all, I lost a lot. So I'm not even going to focus on that now because it's going to bring tears to my eyes. And losing those things hurt so bad, so bad. And all I could do was focus on that and how much every time I did something, every time I tried to do something, it got taken away from me or it got blocked. And so I took it as like, okay, nothing is working. Okay. But let me help you understand this too is that when you are blocked and you try over and over and over again, and you are still blocked, and it feels supernaturally blocked, Let me tell you, baby, if it feels supernaturally blocked, oh, you're supernaturally blocked. And you ain't blocked by the devil. Because the devil ain't got that kind of power, boo. Like, y'all really out here, and I say y'all, but I don't necessarily mean you who listening. But people really be out here giving the devil more power than God got. Like, are you serious? Oh, the devil done did this and the devil done did that. One, devil don't do nothing without God's permission. How about that? And two, ain't God everything? Like, you know, and it's just so funny. So, like, I'm seeing all these things, right? Of like, I had an involuntary loss. That's what I'm gonna call it, because I did my best to hold on to everything that I had. I did my best to hold on to my apartment, to my car, to my storages, to my bank account, to everything. I tried so hard to hold on to everything that I had. And I even considered going back to teaching. Y'all, I had taught for 15 years. 15 years. And I had considered going back to teaching. And when I tell you, every time I went to a website to begin the process of application, a school shooting would happen. Or one time I went to the website and it looked like it was all in German. And I know I didn't change the language. And I just felt so befuddled. Like God literally scrambled the letters on me like he scrambled the language at Babel. Like I could not do that. And then here I am back in my mom's house at 45 years old with three of my kids. And I'm looking up how to become a teacher again in Florida that don't pay any kind of money, y'all. Florida is a laughing stock when it comes to paying educators. Like $50,000 in the city of Miami is all I can expect as a person with 15 years of experience and and a master's degree. 51 or $52,000. That is it. You know how much this place costs? That is less than $4,000 a month, essentially, right? Or just a little bit over 4,000 before taxes, and then the taxes are immense. We don't have federal tax, but they tax you every other kind of way, especially with the sales tax, because the sales tax is like up to 7.5%, 8%. And so I tried, and it would cost me almost $400 to take a test. Never mind the fact that I got 15 years of experience to take a test to prove that I know the subject of English, taught it for 15 years, and to pay for my own background check and fingerprinting. So that's almost another $100. The test itself is like $275 or $250. Baby, when I tell you, like, it couldn't be more of a deterrent. And I don't even want to teach English anymore because it made me sick. Like, literally reading essays is just too much. Anyway, I'm getting ready to wrap this up, but what I wanted this is Miami, y'all. I hope y'all can hear me. But what I'm saying is, I need 2025 to be different. And if 2025 is going to be any different than 2024, 23, 22, 21, 20, and 19, because man, it's to be perfectly honest, it's 2012 because that's when my wilderness really did start. It's just I had some oasis in the middle of all that, but for me to get that different, I gotta do something different. Y'all, this year so far, because I'm actually gonna work on some more things. But this year so far, I have published 18 books. 18 books. And I have created 2 books for clients, right? I created a workbook for one and a journal/book for another one, right? Well, formatted and publishing the book for the other one. And I have sold what sells by itself. right? Like I did the SEO, I did all that stuff, and I was supposed to be teaching on that, but my internet and stuff is just not having a great time with me. But anyway, so despite all that, I have all these things done. I have all these things created, and I have not sold them. And they are extremely good. They are really good. Every journal I have, every activity book, every coloring book, they're really good. They are done in excellence. They are done as if they are truly published by an actual publisher. And I'm gonna tell you right up front, in 2025, I am becoming an actual publisher just for my stuff, but I am definitely becoming an actual publisher. Um, but that said, I have to do something different. And different for me is to learn marketing, sales, and promotion. All three of those things I have to get better at. And I don't mean on social just alone, because I don't want to be on social just alone. I mean, in actual person and all those things, I got to get better at it. I have to get better at it. And the best way to get better at it is for me to invest the time and the money and the energy into getting better at it. So my 2025 is not about creation. I mean, I will continue writing. So in 2025, I am writing my romance novels, but my creation period was 2024. 2024 was my season of creation. 2025 is my season of getting mine, right? I don't need to be here anymore. Meaning, I don't need to be broke anymore. I don't need to be trying to figure stuff out anymore. That's not my job anymore. My job is to help people. And I can't help people in the shadows. And I can't help people being afraid to do the thing that needs to be done. And so you need to consider that for yourself. What is 2025 looking like for you? How will you change 2025? How will you change your own life? What do you need in order to be who God has called you to be? And if the first step of that is to figure that part out, then I invite you in these last couple of weeks of this year, of this quarter of this year, I invite you to get quiet and to tap inside and to start having dialogue with God. Not just, oh Lord, speak to me. No, you speak to him, her, whatever you call it. You speak to him. You let him know not only what's on your heart, but also let him know that you are willing to listen. You are ready to receive. And you are, this is the hard part. You are getting your ducks in line to take action, because you cannot sit there and just pray and receive word. He says faith without works is dead. So get in line in these last few weeks. Get quiet from the outside world, but get in dialogue with God. And the best part about dialogue is that's two people or two entities. So dialogue means you also have to listen. So that is my suggestion to you. I'm going to get off right now. Thank y'all for tuning in. Those of y'all who tuned in. I am ready to see what 2025 has to offer. And I hope you are too. Shoot. I hope you are too. Because Lord knows, and He does, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. I'm not staying right here. I am, I'm ready. I'm ready. Knocking knees, shaking boots and all. I am ready. So I'm finna do it afraid, gather my courage, and have my faith, and I'm finna step out. And I hope you do too. Because y'all, I can't take no more of this. I can't take no more of this. I can't have people People deciding how my life gonna go. And Lord, no, I gotta get from up down here because these little boys and their toys. Ooh, child. Anyway, I love y'all much. See you on the other side. I know you can't see me right now. All right, bye now. Love you.